change something within my heart. I didn't know I could feel like this. Running away, try to keep us apart. 'Cause I knew I felt so hard. You scare me with how much I could love. You give me wings, how you It's getting dark, I feel the I feel the I feel the It's getting dark, I feel the I feel the
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are back for another season at AFR. I am Kunai Zero, and bringing me tonight's commentary with tonight's commentary is Psycho.
Good evening, everyone.
All right, so round 1 of Tier 1, Season 10, and we are going to Portimao to kick things off. Portimao, not a usual track on the season, was added due to the COVID restrictions for some locations. So here we are, 18 minutes on the clock. We have 14 drivers for the start of the round, which isn't a great sight, but a bunch of people not able to make it due to some technical difficulties or previous engagements. So we will go through. Now I'm just wondering where. Why is that not showing up correctly? Interesting. It looks like the
What's going on?
it's not using the. Oh no, never mind. I just realized what's going on because there was an update in the leaderboard. I need to now redo all of that. All good. That's always fun. Okay, so I need to. Apologies for everyone watching at home. I did all this prep and forgot the one thing that actually makes this work. That's hilarious. Okay, so.
Sounds like we've got a bit of a radio show for the first couple of minutes then.
Alright, so that should now be correct. I will just test out the full names here, and it does look like, and of course, Indy's name is way too long, so I'm going to have to shorten that slightly. And it looks like driver 57. Who is running? So who is currently P10?
Levi Tiger Pants.
Did I not update his number? I clearly did not. Okay. Oops. All right. Excellent. So now we should be okay. No, we're not. Why is that? Man, of all the things. It's because of this. So many updates. There we go.
Oh.
Levi Tiger Pants. Alright, and what we'll need to do is slightly... I'll have to just call... I'll have to shorten Indie. Unfortunately, too long of a name. But otherwise, we should be good. Okay. We're getting places. Alright, so there we go. 15 minutes now, people are out on track. There we go.
But-
Apologies, go ahead.
I said Z-Dog saying favourite to win tonight. It's probably going to have to be Big L or Fever, as per normal.
Yep, so there we go. Bait sets the first lap of the session at 1:17.2. So Bait, of course, there's been a switch in the teams due to the new season. We will go through. We'll go through them during the qualifying and rounds. We're starting off with a sprint round, which means, of course, Tier 1 will do a short qualifying session followed by a sprint, which will determine the positions for the race. Tier 2, however, will have a one-shot qualifying. A one-shot qualifying and then a sprint and a race, as Ryan Bell, also known as FIBA, but he will be going as Ryan Bell for this season, sets a 1:17.1, and Panda comes across there with a 1:17.692. Sneaky with a 1:17.9 there, as T-Mac comes across the line with a 1:19.0, and I think Crush has actually just started a lap, so we'll jump on the timer and keep an eye on him. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 1. Oh, it looks like I forgot to enable the track map. That might be helpful.
Emac just did a big no-no. He blocked Eckham so hard around the first corner.
Okay, well, that might be something to the stewards will have to look at. So, as we watch Crush make his way around the circuit, got a couple of people... Oh, they're saying that you're quiet, Psycho. Let me just turn you up a little bit then.
Thank you.
Okay.
You're far too kind.
Alright, so... Let me see some of these things. Who was the favourite to win? Yeah, we went over that. So, what car is Fever in? Fever is in the Aston Martin. He is there with Panda. So, Fever... so, Ryan Bell and Panda are partnering up. So, Ryan obviously winning... last season's Tier 1, 415 points across the season, 12 wins. As Crush goes with a 1:17.2 up into P2 now, which is not bad. We'll jump on board with Mikau here, who's currently on an outlap, but he'll be starting one soon. Ryan actually has the, in terms of all-time stats, 76.9% win rate across all seasons. It's the highest win rate percentage, with a 14.3 points per race average. So yeah, freaking big performer there. Panda, of course, stats in his own right. 21 starts last season. Was promoted from Tier 2. Won last year's Tier 2... sorry, I keep saying last year because I'm so used to saying IRL. Last season's Tier 2 championship. 21 starts, 12 wins, 418 points, and a career average of 10.7 points per race.
I do believe that that's probably the favourite team to take at the Constructors this season. The Aston Martin duo. Hey Seb, how are you going?
Someone just spun there in front of Mikau. I'm not sure if it impeded his lap. It didn't seem like it. It was way offline. So I think we're okay.
Nah, the Kes lap's fine. Bit of intact.
Seb shot a 95 today. No worries, mate.
Oh, you... Dude, I did a 53 on 8. On 9, sorry. 53 on 9.
There we go. Mikau across the line here. 117.1 to beat there. And he doesn't. 117.2. So P4 currently for the Alpine driver. And Mikau, again, another one of those high performers. 21 starts, 107 points last season. And he holds some of, I think the majority of all-time stats here. He's got the longest podium streak, which is 20. He's got the longest top 10 streak, which is 58. And he has the longest finishing streak, 79 races in a row that he completed. A 13.3 points per race average across his career, 121 starts.
He's been here a while, and it shows in the stats.
Okay, so I've just realized an issue. The issue is that this does not see spaces in names, so I will just quickly rename the file. Oh, wait.
While you're doing that, just like to point out that not only is Seb faster than me, he's also better at me than golf.
Actually, why is that not?
What are you, Jason? What are you trying to do?
That doesn't seem to be updating for me, but that's okay. We'll just move on. It's just showing Ryan's name as just Bell, even though it should be Ryan Bell. And I have updated it, but it doesn't seem to be updating on the leaderboard, so I will have a look at that later. But so he is currently provisional pole at the moment, 117.1. Beats his fastest sector, however, on his next go round, so I'm most likely going to be beating that 117.1.
Yeah, we'll see what those guys can do. So we've clearly earmarked Aston Martin as the favourites for this season. I reckon potential runner-ups might be Big Mac.
Big Mac, so that would be, they're racing an Alfa Romeo. Oh, it was Ryan's round. He spins in Sector 2. So he will back off the line just so he doesn't impede anyone else's lap. But that will have shredded those tyres. Most likely come into the pits for a change. 8 minutes left in the session, so he's got plenty of time to do so. Obviously not ideal. And this Big L making his way through Sector 3 to start his next flying lap. So yeah, Big Al, another one of those big performers. Last season, 21 starts, 3 wins. Canada, France, and Hungary, 376 points. And with a career points per race average of 11.9. FIBA and Big Al, of course, winning the cross... What was its official name?
Where the combined constructors?
Yeah, no, the no. The where we had the cross league. It had an official name.
The Oceania Invitational League.
That's the one. I do apologize to them. So they ended up taking that with a really good performance there from both of those guys.
Yeah, we actually we're having another one of those in March. So stay tuned. We'll have the details for you guys within the next week or two about when. At the stage, it will again be Ryan Bell and Big Al participating in that one.
Good stuff. Okay, so Big Al going green in his Sector 1, so that is an improvement. Crush has the fastest Sector 2 at the moment, 51.9. See if Big Al can take that away from him as he makes his way to turn 11 now. Down the hill, Portimao, a very flowing circuit. He does. It's slower than his previous time, but is a faster Sector 2. That's very interesting to see. Okay, so Portimao, 4.6 Ks of circuit, 16 corners, 9 to the right, 7 to the left. Well known for its tyre wear and also its roller coaster-like attitude with the ups and downs. Here comes Big Al, goes right up to the inside wall. He'll cross the line and take the fastest lap with it, a 1:16.999. Just wanted to say he was in the 1:16s.
Impressive by Big Al there. That's going to be a rapid time to try and beat, even though FIBA is close. Portimao, one of the more interesting circuits on this game where I think they mimicked it a little bit too closely to real life, where the track must have been very recently resurfaced, because the tyre compounds around here, I reckon, are about one step too hard. FIBA's around.
Oh, as Eckham goes across, 16.985 from the Red Bull. He is currently partnered up with Forehead for this season. as we just watch Panda just get out of the way of one of the Red Bulls there. Panda, of course, on an outlap, he'll be looking to set a faster time. He set a 1:17.6 as indicated on the screen. And yeah, I expect a very, very strong showing from the Aston Martin team as Levy Tiger Pants, what a name, 117.32 at 382 at the moment, 7th position so far.
I do like that name. I don't expect a lot from Panda in this race, specifically because he, as you yourself did, took part in the 12 hours of Bathurst. So he's done very little practice. Panda usually doesn't go very well without practice.
He did a later session. He did the 11 p.m. start.
Yeah, that was actually
9 a.m. start.
That was actually him, Ryan Bell, and T-Mac that were in that session, and they went from, I think it was the, please correct me if I'm wrong, Chad, I think it was the OSR league, so they had to qualify for that. They qualified 43rd and finished 9th.
Wow, that's actually a massive... See, the thing about it... Oh, as Panda almost spins around the same as his teammate, but he actually catches the slide. That was very impressive to watch.
That was good catch.
And so it will be a... Oh, and he slides again. So something up with that car. It won't be an improvement on his last time. I wonder if he just comes straight into the pits or goes for another... I would assume into the pits. Yes, we do see him drive in there.
I believe he reckons he's driving a GT car.
Maybe still in Bathurst mode. There for the Aston Martin team. Let's just have a quick look at that replay there. So goes round, down the hill. And then watch this. Just a little bit too much torque in the rear wheels there. Spins, but manages to catch it well.
There are a couple of corners like that on this track that are sort of like just downhill off camber, and they can really catch you out if you're not careful.
This track is one of those ones that will test the drivers. There is no easy drive around here. And it's a shame it's not on the mainstay, but the only problem with F1 is that there are so many good circuits that, you know, you have to make that call. But I do hope to see Portimao on the main calendar at some point in the future, as we have 3 minutes on the clock left. We'll jump on board with Ryan Bell once more, who is currently on an outlap. He is P3 at the moment. Now, do remember this is a sprint round, so they will be able to play for better starting positions in that sprint. 1:17.0 now for Ryan Bell. Currently, Eckham with a strong showing, 1:16.9. I'm curious to see if anybody will beat it. I assume that Ryan will be able to do so, but he's got to keep that rear end in check, otherwise it will not work out for him.
Yeah, so Mikhail a little out of position. He's just coming to the pits now. He's going to have a pretty quick turnaround to get back up the track to make it in time for his final round.
So you can see there, Ryan actually faster than Eckham in Sector 2 by about 1/100th of a second, but slower in Sector 1 by 4,000ths. But Sector 3 is where all the time is gained there. 0.07 slower for the Aston Martin, so hopefully he'll be able to improve that on his next lap. He's just coming around the final corner now as we get the 2-minute warning. Let's see if he'll be able to take back provisional pole. Do be reminded that Big Al and Eckham are also both on outlap, so they will set times. So let's have a look at how this develops. We have a yellow flag in Sector 1. It looks like a slow Red Bull. They get out of the way just fine. Oh, and... Wait. Is he aborting this lap? He is! Oh, I think the Red Bull may have actually... Is that Red Bull Eckham? It is. Ooh. Ooh, that's a question. Did Eckham impede Ryan's lap, or has Ryan called it off? He still has time to make it around the circuit, so I'm not sure what to think of this one. We'll jump on board with Big Al as he is at the last sector. Everyone has already set a time. Sorry.
I reckon that might have been a Rosberg moment.
Ooh. I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know if he called it off just because he had a bad turn one, or whether or not it was that he was impeded by the Red Bull. In any case, we'll watch Big Al try and set the fastest lap now. 1:16.999 was his previous best as he makes his way through turn one. Bait actually holds the fastest sector one. That is really interesting. A good job there from the Alpine. 21.9 as Big Al makes his way around turn four. This is a tricky one. You can get caught out here real bad. You think you can extend the steering more than you actually can. Slower than the fastest sector, but up on his time, which is interesting to see. So 51.8 now, the next sector to beat. 17 seconds left on the timing tower. It's all or nothing now for the drivers on the track. As Big Al now makes his way down towards the next timing line, you can see one of the cars just pulling over there, hopefully not impeding him as he makes his way down to turn 10. Easy to slide here, and which he does, but he catches it well. And it's green again. He had a slide, and he's still up on his time.
This man's pushing.
That's crazy.
Keeps doing that, he's going to get Ekim. It's all about the last corner now. Can he get the car across the line?
1:16.985 is the time to beat the Alfa Romeo. Hugs the inside. It is the shortest distance of the circuit, and therefore the quickest. He'll cross the line, and he doesn't even improve on his actual previous time. So he gave it away in sector 3.
Oh no.
He gave it away in sector 3. That is very unfortunate here. Now, Ryan Bell, around the final turn, you can see sector 1 was faster, sector 2 was slower. Is it an improvement overall? Oh, 1:16.8! As Ekim crosses the line with a 1:16.915, and Ryan Bell does, in fact, take provisional pole and will start in front for the sprint round. So he may have been impeded, but he did bring it back in that final go-round.
Fairly close spreads. Shout out to King J and Jacob, technically tier 3 drivers, both of them jumping up into tier 1. And showing what they're made of. Definitely hanging out with the tier 1 guys.
Definitely a good performance from everyone here. If you have a look, we have all the way down to P11 within 1 second. And even then, P12, 13, and 14 still within the 2-second mark. A rough one there for Apollo Pepsi with a 1:18.4. Everyone else in the 17s and the top 3 in the 1:16s. But again, this is a sprint round, which means there are 2 chances. These guys will have... I didn't actually look. What is the laps for the sprint?
You ask hard questions. I don't know.
Jeez, you would think that I would have written that down. In any case, it's 1/3 of a race distance. So, I mean, we'll find out in just a moment, I suppose. In any case, we should be in for a fantastic race.
I'm going to guess 11.
So that means a full race distance is 33 laps?
I believe it's close to it.
You would think I'd be more prepared considering I'm racing in tier 2. But I don't. I just jump in the car and I Kimi Räikkönen in my way through everything. I get everybody to do everything else and I just jump in the car and drive it poorly.
You just brake at the 100, right? That's usually fine.
Yeah. Is that not? I swear that was in the book that I got.
It was in... Was it in the book too?
Yeah, there was a small... Yeah.
They asked him about it in Jeddah, in one of his interviews, and the interviewer was like, "So, did you do anything to get ready for the circuit?" And he goes, "No." It's just like, "Oh, how do you know where to brake?" And he's just like, "Yeah, you just brake around the 100. It's usually fine."
Yeah. You know, the only I actually got a pamphlet the first time, and the pamphlet said "Don't die," and then I asked for more information, and then that's when they wrote, like, "All right, then we'll start car, brake at 100, all that jazz." Okay, so we have a formation lap. It seems that this doesn't break the game as usual, so we will be doing this moving forward in this season. As you can see, everyone's starting on the medium tire because it is a sprint. You do not need to change tires. You just go start to finish, all one go. And they won't want to burn their softs for the main race. So,
yeah, softs also. Actually, this is one of the circuits where the softs may be able to make it. Shout out to retired Endocat, who probably would have cried that.
There you go. There's that. Thank you, AWS. So the predicted pit stop strategy is 0. Just need to reinforce.
Gotta love AI.
Well, I mean, if it was actual proper AI, that would be great. But this is Codemasters, ain't it? It ain't it. Actually, wouldn't it not be hilarious if they just get ChatGPT to replace AWS? You know what I mean? Like ChatGPT's like, oh yeah, this is how this is gonna go. I've done calculations to the end of the universe, and Fernando Alonso is your 2023 champion. So, yeah, 11 laps should be a cracker of a sprint. I'm hoping it's a clean one. It's only been a 2-week break.
Since you haven't done any practice, do you know where the pit entry is?
Do I know where right there? You can see it on your screen.
Ah.
Now, if anybody takes the last one, that's funny.
Last time we raced this, a couple of guys actually took the one before the second last one. So that, like,
you do not do that. 1, you will be given an off track, and 2, it is so much slower.
It's so funny.
You should at least practice that. Another thing, while you're at it, if you're going to be practicing the pit entry and exit, remember to slow down and use your pit limiter. Like, the amount of times people get given 5-second penalties because they can't use the brakes. Like, do that. If there's one place you need to stop, it's there. All right, so Panda and Apollo can't park. So we've figured that. That's good. It's good to know. All right, here we go. The 5 red lights. We will kick off Season 10, Round 1. The lights are out, and away they go down towards that first turn, and it looks like Ryan got a pretty good start, but Eckham on Big L. Round the outside for the Alfa Romeo. Will he be able to keep it on the black stuff? Yeah, he does, and it's pretty good. They're going to come together slightly, and it looks like the Aston Martin might just take it back again. Ooh, it's close. The Alfa Romeo now side by side with the Aston Martin as they go down towards turn 5, rather. And a short one there for Big Al. It looks like Ryan might actually have the advantage, and he does. He will lead into turn 7.
Oh, Panda, that was close.
So
Forehead doing a dodgy.
5-second penalty for corner cutting and gaining a place. It's upsetting I can't go back and check that out. But in any case, currently P7. He will have to deal with that 5-second penalty. As Eckham now P3 chasing down Big Al.
Ooh. Levi Tiger Pan struggling a little bit back there. Pepsi and Jacob side by side too.
Looks like the Ferraris are too busy racing each other rather than racing the rest of the field. Indy P12 and Levi in P11. They are legitimately racing each other, and they're coming together.
Contact!
It's Brazil! It's Brazil all over again. You guys are teammates. Indy and her Jones off the track now. He'll have to rejoin, luckily keeping out of the wall. Hopefully there's no damage there. I'm curious if he actually goes into the pits or just rejoins the track. Nah, he's rejoined the track. All right.
King J just made a move on Pepsi.
So King J up into P12 as Apollo Pepsi, who is running solo in the Williams team for now. No full-time driver yet confirmed for that other seat, which is unfortunate for him in terms of team points. But might be great because he doesn't have to fight for strategy.
That would definitely help a little bit at least. No double stacking.
I'm still trying to understand why those two fought so hard. Like, the badge on the front of your cars is the same. The color, even. Like, clearly you must know, like, don't do that.
To be fair, though, it was the Ferraris.
Yeah, like I said, I screamed it. I was like, this seems a lot like Brazil. You know what I mean? So that's a rough one there. Hopefully they'll be able to bring this back again. It's only the sprint race. We still have the race to come as we just cross a line now for lap 3. Ryan with a 118.8 will set the pace and the fastest lap on the medium tyre. DRS is now enabled for our drivers. There's only a handful who can actually use it. Actually, as the intervals update, it looks like everybody in the top 10 is within 1 second of each other. Jump back to P7.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like Levi actually had a disconnect. I wonder. Was he under AI control at that point?
I'm not sure. It looks like it's back in there now. I didn't see any logos or anything on his on top of his car to say that he's disconnected. Oh, King J, massive snap of oversteer on acceleration. Didn't pull up though.
There's a lot of torque that runs through these cars. You know, you can have the fattest tires you want, but the amount of power that comes out of them, you still need to be careful when you're applying throttle. Most people will short shift in order to compensate for that massive increase in power. Others just use a gradual application of the throttle. You find what works for you. But what doesn't work is if you do neither of those things, and then you end up spinning as forehead around turn 14, down towards the final turn, and he's just dropping away from Bait at the moment, who seems to be getting some really good pace.
Yeah, the Alpines carried the AlphaTauri rocket ship over.
The AlphaTauri rocket ship. All right, back down to P12. King J looking for a move here on Levi. Can't seem to get it right now, but he will tuck inside the slipstream of the prancing horse, hopefully being able to overtake on the next set of mini straights.
Oh, dude, these cars look so squirrely out of turn 4.
Here we go, King J hard on the brakes. He's going to try and get on the hairpin of turn 5, and it looks like he's squeezed him out. No, he doesn't. He takes... Wow, Levi actually managing to keep the... Oh, no, he's had a DC again, so that is AI controlled. Interesting. Looks like we've got some connection issues there for the newcomer to the AFR season. So King J should actually be able to get past him now, no issue. Jump up a couple of positions here. P8 Sneaky in the Mercedes team, who is driving with... Who is Ickham paired with again? Sorry, who is Sneaky paired with again?
I do not remember.
I actually forget. I wrote everything down. I just can't remember. Kebab, I think. Kebab is his teammate, I believe, in Mercedes. He was not here for the first round, so it'll be on Sneaky's shoulders to score points for Silver Arrows. Thank you, Farmer Sam, for confirming that in the chat. It is indeed Kebab.
King J got past the AI, I believe, by Tiger Pants.
Up in a P11 now for the McLaren. As Sneaky trying to chase down Forehead here.
Levi's going to try and overtake again up the inside.
Yeah, he's just rejoined, I see. Oh, almost coming severely together here. You can see how close they are right now. As they run down towards turn 7, he's going to have the outside line, and that's probably going to give him the advantage. It does. And he will lead now this little battle as they move down towards turn 9. But he's really going to get those connection issues under check. Otherwise, he might have to give that position up again.
Yeah. With that name, is this name Levi, or is it referring to Levi as in the brand Levi Tiger Pants?
I have no idea. But that's the magic of names, I suppose. All right. Okay, lap 6 of 11. We are winding down the end of this sprint. Ryan Bell still in the lead, and a decent lead at that, 8/10 down towards Big Al, who is currently under threat from Eckham there in the Red Bull. Crush also doing his best to try and keep up. And we're starting to see some really big expansions of time here. Forehead 2 seconds behind Bait. Bait is actually flying away at the moment. I'm not sure what's caused that. And it looks like T-Mac just dropping back from Panda as well.
Forehead struggling. Sneaky is on him. He's going around the outside. ERS on. Is he going to back out?
He's going to try and keep this inside line. It's not going to be faster for him, but the thing is, it's forced Forehead to go way wide, which may actually help him here in Sector 3. So let's have a look here. He will have DRS to his advantage. Forehead will not. As it stands, Bait has actually managed to escape more than a second down the road. So, as they make their way to the line.
Sneaker's got him here, surely.
And have a look at Panda as well. Panda's in the running here. Oh, Panda's using the overtake. Is there going to be a double? Oh, the Aston Martin does not care. Have a look at that. Round the right side. And Forehead loses 2 positions there. Panda squeezes in front. What a great move from the Aston Martin up into P7.
Awesome move by Panda. Forehead just gets absolutely swallowed.
It's a Ricardo Zonda moment. Down the Camel. Panda doing great there. As the Red Bull comes together with Sneaky there, loses a bit of that front wing. So that is damage there, as it is reported. Front wing damage. Apollo Pepsi also has quite severe front wing damage. I don't know what happened to him, but that does explain the time difference down there in P13.
Well, Pepsi's still keeping on the circuit, which was impressive for the level of damage he has.
Pepsi 1, very privy to safety cars, but hasn't called one yet. It'd be interesting if you called the safety car in a sprint, I'll be honest. That would be very, very rough. Let's jump down here. T-Mac P10 currently chasing Forehead, who is still reeling from that 2-position loss. And I think he's about to lose another one, if I'm honest. T-Mac goes around the far side. You can see the overtake button. Actually, he just turned it off. Just wanted a little bit of squeeze. Gets the DRS. No problem at all. And down the outside into turn 1, up into P9.
Alfa Romeo is on the charge.
It definitely is. Big Al also trying his best to catch Ryan. At the moment, it seems like he will not be able to do so. Dropping back about a second and a half to the Aston Martin, but he is keeping clear of Eckham, so this should solidify him a good start in the main race. As we see Sneaky getting awfully close to the back of Panda, I think this might be a good battle here as they go down towards turn 9. Kebab apologizing. Sorry, I wasn't here to win. Well, now what you've done is you've set the bar high. So when your next appearance, you're going to have to hold that as Panda gets 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So the stewards have decided that he's gone over those painted white lines one too many times. And he will pick up a penalty for it, which is very easy to do at Portimao, I might add.
It can be. Yeah, that's unfortunately going to drop Panda out of the points at this stage, as only the top 8 get points in the sprint.
That is correct. So as if T-Mac can stay within the range he is right now, then yes, he will be able to take that. But if he drops back any further, Panda will just sneak in and gain the single point that is on offer for P8. So lap 9 of 11. 2 laps to go. And Sneaky is doing an excellent job of making sure that he is putting pressure.
Jacob Meister and Pepsi are fighting. Jacob Meister just squeezing past him into turn 3.
Oh,
as he picks up a penalty!
He picks up a penalty for going wide, and unfortunately I feel like maybe he would have got one of those warnings in the contact between himself and his teammate. And also for those of you who might be confused, so Indy is Jacob Meister, which was Jacob Meister's previous name in previous seasons, but he has now changed it to Indy. So that is the link there. Indy and her Jones is the full name, but it is unfortunately too long for my leaderboard. One day that'll get updated.
Come on, Big Al. He's going to make it stick this time.
Does go around the outside. It seems pretty easy for now. However, he has done that on the previous lap. So I think Big Al might just be able to pip him next time the DRS comes up, which is actually in a turn. It starts, you've got the one on Main Straight, and then you've also got the one that starts here at turn 4. You see the rear wing of the Alfa Romeo open, and there's not enough of a straight line for the Alfa Romeo to catch him on this go round, but as long as he can maintain the gap, he should have an easier time of it down the Main Straight. Look at that.
I actually believe Eka made a mistake, then he should have held off one more lap before doing that, because Big Al's going to leapfrog him now.
Yeah, I think I believe so as well, but we will see. In any case, Ryan not in any threat at all. 3 seconds down the road. I wonder if there will just be a repeat of last season, where FIBA just takes essentially everything from everyone. We will see. We'll switch back to P6 at the moment. Bate, who has been putting really good pace. I have to admit, Alpine team is doing better than any other pairing at the moment. Both P5 and P6. Mirko and Bate, a very strong pairing. And they're just driving a good race. It's not exceptional, but it's a very good one.
We'll take that compliment, thank you.
That's right. Alpine fanboys here. As we hit the final lap.
Big Al, side by side.
Ekim is doing his best to try and keep this inside line. He can't come over too far, Big Al. Otherwise, he will be impeding the other driver, but he does it safely and he will get across. But now Ekim getting sideways. That's going to cost him. He won't be able to use the DRS now due to that traction loss. And I think Big Al might have just squeezed P2 away from the Red Bull.
Very impressive move by Big Al there. Bided his time, experienced driver. He knew what he was doing and he knew when to do it.
Oh man, forehead, 3-second time penalty there. If Levi can maybe pick up his game, might be able to catch him to the end. It won't be for points, but it'll at least let him start P10. Ekim now trying desperately to gain back this position, but it's going to be very, very difficult. There's only one place he might be able to do it, which is the long curve before the main straight. The problem is that the finish line is actually much closer to the final corner than it is down towards turn 1. And again, Ekim getting sideways. It looks like the tyre wear is starting to get to them. He is currently on 48%. And you can see that the Alfa Romeo rather is way down the road. Ryan Bell will cross the line to take the win. Big Al crosses the line for P2, and Ekim decides he wants to just bin the car. But he will start P3 in the main race. As everyone starts to make their way down, Panda dropping down to P9. So he does not take the final point on offer. That will go to T-Mac.
Congratulations to our top 8. They will successfully put some points on the board for their respective team.
And Apollo Pepsi just making his way around the final turn. A very rough race for him with that serious damage there on his car. Across the line. In last position there. Ryan Bell, a great sprint race driven. And he gets the honours of starting P1 for the main race driver of the day. Big Al, of course, with... actually... That's interesting. He gets driver of the day, but he only gained 1 position. That's...
Did anybody else gain any positions?
T-Mac went up 5 positions from where he started. So that's weird. But whatever. We will leave it at that. Okay.
They gave the driver of the day to the wrong end of the Big Mac.
There you go. See, T-Mac started P13, but finished 8th. Big Al started 3rd, finished 2nd. Okay, don't know what to base that on. Maybe they've changed their algorithm. In any case, this is your sprint race results, and we will now move on to the main race where Ryan will start on pole. But now strategy becomes a thing. So no, you will have to consider your pit stops, at least one of them. Unless there are unscheduled ones, or of course if there are safety cars towards the late end.
There should be one pit stop. It's a bit of an interesting track because, like I said, I think they actually mimic this track fairly accurately with the resurfacing. The tyre compounds do tend to be like one step harder than what they probably should be, so the tyres last longer than you expect.
Well, we'll see where the tyre windows are at. What's your expectation in regards to tyre windows? I didn't do a lot of tyre practice, so I'm not too sure when, but the softs usually last, what, like 8 to 10 laps?
About 8 to 10 laps to get around, yeah. Your mediums can use quite a while, and the hards can practically do the entire race.
So is that the strategy here? Is soft to hard?
It's possible, but the hard tyres don't feel very good, so you don't really want to be on too long, I don't think. They're not the best race tyre around here. So we'll see. I think we're going to see a bit of a mixture of strategies. We'll see a couple of guys start on the mediums, a couple of guys start on the hards.
Snag asking for channel point rewards. I agree. We should look at that. That is something that we will look at and restructure. Whoa! Big Al pointing 45 degrees to the wall there. That's a very interesting way to warm up your tyres, I'll say that.
So, I was kind of wrong. Forehead being the only driver that opted to start on mediums, everyone else knows the preferred strategy, it looks like.
Yep, so everyone's starting on the hard tyre. So based on what you were telling me, they're probably going to run those ragged right up to the end of the race and then switch over. Now, that may change depending on safety cars. But in any case, we'll see how that develops. 33 laps, so you were right. 11 laps, 33 for the main. As Ryan Bell leads us around the circuit for the formation lap here on this main race.
Good to see everyone's behaving themselves. We've had a couple of rogue incidents recently where people cheat the formation lap like the first lap of the race.
Well, your reward for doing that, should you hit anybody, is to start on the grid with cold tyres, which is awesome. I hear that cold tyres are the best and they give you the best grip.
I did actually also put in additional rewards in the rulebook for doing that. So that's probably why they're behaving themselves.
That is, it's a good point. It's a good point. All right, so here goes Ryan Bell around the final turn. Each of them just trying to get their tyres to the Okay.
Oh,
you
wow.
just drive into the grass. iRacing strats. Use the grass to cool down the tyres. You want to heat up the tyres, not cool down the tyres.
He might be going
that is... Was that on purpose?
I believe some of them are doing that on purpose, yes.
Okay.
Right.
I'm going to wait for this. I'm going to wait until we kick this race off, but I need to see that again because that was, if that's on purpose, that is incredible. In any case,
they do that on purpose, yeah.
All right, so here are the 5 red lights. 33 laps ahead of them. The lights are out and the drivers are away. And again, it looks like the Alfa Romeo might have had a better start. There's a bit of a squeeze there from the Aston Martin, but this time Big Al says, no, I will take that immediately. And he is now in lead of this race. Ryan in P2, Ekim in P3. And the AlphaTauri.
Bit of contact there.
Yep. I don't think there was any damage reported. There is not. It is safe to run, but it looks like that Aston Martin is having a little bit of wiggle. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on there.
Ekim, bit of a dive up the inside. Big Ali's in the room.
Oh, and the Williams is round. Apollo Pepsi down to P14. On board with Mick out here for the Alpine Racing team. His teammate just ahead of him there in P5. Had a good showing in the sprint. Curious to see if they can carry that over to the main race.
Yeah, Forehead looking pretty quick on these medium tyres. He's obviously got the faster tyre on. Not going to last as long, but he's looking fairly racy right now.
We'll be looking to try and leverage the performance gain from those medium tyres early on in the race. See how much time he can gain and then hopefully hold off on the time loss towards the back end of the race as they come across the line to start lap 2. This Big Al will lead us into the rest of the session.
Jacob Meister nearly getting past Sneaky on the first lap, end of the first lap, start of the second. Didn't quite pull it off though.
So hopefully the two Ferraris don't get too close to each other again. Levi starting in P9, of course, for this race. So hopefully Indy can find more time here. Maybe get past the Mercedes. As we see a break in there from Panda. No, sorry, not Panda. That would be Forehead. Forehead's the one in the Red Bull.
Yeah.
Lapse there for a moment.
Bit of a dive there by Forehead, but luckily nothing bad came of it.
So
People
Ryan,
got past Ekim.
Yep. Ryan Bell and Ekim trade places. The Aston Martin up to P2 now. It's Forehead again. Trying to go as fast as possible. See how many positions he can gain while he's got the faster tyre. Right now being blocked by the Ferrari, who is in turn chasing down the Aston Martin of Panda for P7. Oh, sorry, teammate. Why did I not see... I've completely missed. There's an Alfa Romeo between Panda and Levi. Somehow I missed that.
The Big Mac currently making up P1 to P8.
Mm-hmm. That is a big sandwich.
That's just an expensive sandwich.
It is. I said sandwich. I meant burger, but you know what I mean. So forehead down towards turn 1. Ooh, man, late on the brakes. It looks like he'll cap that. I think got a little bit of a tap there from the Ferrari. No damage to either of them, though. Actually, I can't tell if there's any damage to the to Levi's car, as there is no telemetry reported. I'll call you out on that. Hopefully you'll fix that for the next round.
Name and shame.
We hit lap 3, so therefore DRS is enabled for our drivers. There are any new watchers to Formula 1 in general who are scratching their heads going, what is DRS? I will do my best. Oh my god, I've blanked on his name. You have got to be joking. Martin Brundle. That is embarrassing. That is embarrassing. My best Martin Brundle impression. It is a drag reduction system. It's the little flap of rear wing that can lift, which opens up the aerodynamics, giving them more power down the straights. More speed, I should say. Less aerodynamic drag.
Pepsi.
Did he have a spin? I'm not too...
Yeah, he spun. Forehead about to overtake teammate down the main straight. On those medium tyres.
Alright, so forward making up another position there. Got the Mercedes. This time got the Alfa Romeo.
That's the one.
He'll be looking to get the Aston Martin of Panda. Let's jump up a couple here. P4, Crush. Right behind Eckham here, who is... So he's having a fight off bait. And P5, while also trying to make a position up ahead. And it's been low on the events. We did see things happening at the start there, and of course a spin from Apollo, but otherwise, pretty sensible.
Perhaps still looking a little bit squirrely on the exits.
I swear I brought this up last season, but like, there's no way that fish helmet is aerodynamic. You just have an extra fin, but like, for what? It looks
Keeps
cool,
your
I
head still.
guess. Just in case it rains.
Must be.
Everyone making their way towards turn 1. And the times are really exploding now. Everyone pushing that 1 second limit.
Levi on Pepsi. He'll get that move done fairly easily down the main straight.
Apollo's going to try and keep speed on the inside here. Maybe catch him on a switchback. He extended a little bit too far. The switchback not possible. Goes hard on the brakes here. Looks like there's a little bit of rubber banding coming from the Ferrari there. So Apollo might be able to capitalize as they go through turn 4 now. And unfortunately, he does get held back. So he will stay P14.
Pepsi not getting the best exit there.
Back up to P6 now. Again, the Alpines in a great spot. P5 and P6. But Mikko under pressure here from the Aston Martin behind. But as it stands, considering their gaps, I think pit strategy is where a lot of the moves will be made. And I'm just curious, we've got a prediction coming up on the channel there. Will we see a safety car?
I'm going to say we'll see one safety car.
Does that include VSC? Are we including VSC in that? I assume so. It is considered a safety car.
I would include it. I believe it counts.
Pretty standard race so far. Everybody maintaining their gaps. And it looks like Forehead's advance may have just been chilled back now. Having a look at his tyre wear here. So Forehead... Here's what's interesting, right? So he's on the medium tyre, right? But his tyre wear is the same as the hard runners around him. How does that work?
I was trying to dance around it as to not really give away the strategy. I I did say that they mimic the track a little bit too closely, and the tires are a little too hard for the circuit.
I see.
You kind of did say it now. You can run the mediums longer than the hards, and it's advised to do that for lap time.
Interesting. Well, it's been outed here. Because I'm looking at the tire wear, it's interesting. He is matching the tire wear of everyone around him, which should not be the case considering the compound differences. But in any way, there you go. Top tip for anybody who is racing in another league or wants to smash online: you can run the mediums longer than you can run the hards here at Portimao. Lap 7 of 33. Just settling into a pretty standard race at the moment. It looks like Forehead may have just set the fastest sector, which he did. There's your fastest sectors at the moment, 22.9 for sector 1.
Ooh, T-Mac is struggling a little bit. Sneaky's catching him.
Panda might be in attack range for Mikau soon. Starting to develop. Jump back with P10 now. Sneaky, who is catching T-Mac. Something's going on with T-Mac there. 26% wear on those tyres. And who actually has one of the fastest speeds. Actually, he has the fastest speed recorded in the current race. 329 kilometers an hour. But as it stands, it looks like Sneaky might just make the overtake on him. The DRS too strong. As they go down towards turn 1. And he will make the... Oh, T-Mac looking for the inside line there. They come together slightly.
It's a little game by T-Mac.
You can hear the gradual throttle. They're not wanting to risk a spin. Still a lot of grip on those tyres, but in any case, it's very easy to spin, so...
It is, especially around here.
So that's one of the danger zones there. Traction going up the hill, and then of course the other one is going down the hill. Just here in turn 11. Just there on the right, on the left, sorry. The painted lines.
Yeah, a couple of really off angle, off camber corners around the circuit. They can really catch the drivers out.
Nobody's been hit for track limits though, so that's good. No one's behaving.
Forehead on Panda.
And Panda not really going to be able to do anything about it. He does have DRS, but that Red Bull is just on a different level as it moves its way down towards turn 1. And again, we might see... Oh, that's exactly what I was thinking! What a move! What a move! Oh, but it looks like he might get taken again! Ah, no, he does not. So he got that so brilliantly.
Fever spun!
Fever?
Yeah.
Oh, my lord, he's down to P5!
I don't know if he spun or if he just... I think he just lost traction. Had a bit of a moment out of turn 5, I think.
Well, that's changed things. Big Al now up into P1. Actually, no, he
back
was...
Back to that move between Panda and Forehead. That is amazing clean racing by both of them. Absolutely brilliant.
No, and that's exactly what I thought people would do. If you get overtaken there, then if you can hold that inside line and maybe just get a little bit faster, then you would be able to pull that off, which he did. And then Forehead tried to give him another fight again on the next corner, but it didn't work out for him. And so Panda will stay in P7. That is an excellent drive. And also, speaking of spinning, I do have to go back to this because I said I would. Here we go. So this is the main. Now, again, just look at this. If this is on purpose, props to you, sir. Look at this. Look at the Mercedes. Ready? Yeehaw. That is so good. I'm sorry. But that is the best way. That just reminds me of Max at Hungaroring, where they made the meme of him spinning, and he's like, "You're kidding. They put Charles on hards, let me see." And he spins around, he's like, "Ah!" Oh, that's so good.
That was such a good meme. I've seen that far too many times. But yeah, some of these guys tend to do that, which is quite funny when they pull it off and it looks good and they don't impede anyone else. I don't have a problem with it, and I think it just looks flashy.
Can you even impede anybody on the start finish line? Because you're all ghost, right?
Actually, no, you can't. You're right.
Yeah, so
I
guess that's just safe stylistic points. The best one, to me, I reckon you should be given 10 extra championship points. If you can do that and land in your start box.
I have actually seen one of them do it, and they ended up in the start box, but they ended up on such a weird angle. They were like 45 degrees pointing towards the car to their side.
Yeah, fair. I mean,
And,
it's a good defense position.
They had a very awkward start.
So forehead are the... Now, here's what's interesting. To a point, the tyre wear was being matched, but right now it is starting to blow out. So forehead currently at 41%. We can actually show you that on the screen. There you go. 42% on that front left, which is getting all the brunt, of course, because there are 9 right corners.
The other issue as well now with the fact that Ford's running out of tyre life is when these guys pit and they swap tyres, while he was faster, when the other guys hop on mediums, they're going to be about a second a lap faster than he was.
Yeah. That's going to be a danger there, but we'll see what happens. His teammate, of course, doing really well. Eckham, P2. So as long as they can keep that up, there'll be good points there. Ryan Bell, P5, after that little incident. He'll have some work to do to try and catch up those positions.
He did have a bit of a moment, and yeah, that's cost him. Shows you how hard to overtake it is here, because you saw Phoebe's pace, and he's been behind Bate for about 3 laps now. So, while being faster than Bate, just purely because of how difficult it is to overtake, and Bate not making mistakes, you can't overtake him.
He is flying down towards turn 1. Jump on the speedometer there. Braking way later to that corner. This is stuff where, like, I should really be... Whoa! He catches that again!
I think that's what happened to him when he lost it the first time. But obviously worse than that.
So what does that come down to? I mean, 42% of tyre wear for Ryan Bell. So 44% on that rear left, which means he's been spinning them a lot. So I'm curious, maybe it's a low downforce setup and he's just accommodating it?
I imagine it'd be a fairly low downforce setup, considering how long the straight is here. He'd be running the esports setups that he has access to, so they would be designed for overtaking and protecting overtaking.
Right, so then that just means that you've got to be way more careful on the throttle, because you're not going to have the weight on the rear when you're traveling through some of these corners. It's just like that. You can see that snap. He's definitely running a low downforce setup. That's obvious, which should give him advantages in places like this, where you can see the rear wing open. There you go. The Aramco logo is now no longer visible as Panda sets a fastest lap at 120.4 for the Aston Martin team.
Bieber is catching Bate, but while Bate has DRS, I don't know if he can overtake him or not. The Alpine's also running very low wings.
And they both have DRS. This Bate is maintaining the gap to crush ahead, so that is allowing him to stay ahead for now. Curious to see where Ryan will make the attack.
He might not really need to if the Alpines stick to plan.
Just in terms of pitch strategy.
Yeah.
So lap 13 of 33, 20 laps to go. Ryan looks at the inside, but chooses against it. Just did not have enough nose in that battle. Decides to save face.
Couldn't quite get far enough alongside to be able to contest that position. Yep, there we go.
So Bate going into the pits now. Mika will stay out to avoid double stacking, so that's going to allow Ryan to stretch his legs a little and maybe try and chase down the AlphaTauri of Crush.
Crush on Eckham. Look how close he is.
Oh!
Eckham made a mistake. Is that gonna let Crush through?
No, he rejoins the track safely and fast. Oh, Crush might actually break a little too late there. I think there was a bit of contact. Didn't see any damage reported though, as T-Mac of course got a penalty for track limits.
Pretty close battle in front here.
Oh, Crush.
Apart from Big Al, who's just skating off into the distance, it's a very close fight for P2. I mean, Mikau's nearly in it as well now.
Mikau's tyre life is better than the guys ahead, 45%. He's been taking much better care. 52% for Crush. So those guys are really, really pushing, trying to burn up any performance left in the tyres before they have to pit. And they go around turn 14. Another place where you can hit track limits very, very easily on the AstroTurf. So any one of these guys going in, no, they choose not to.
Okay, well, hold on to the lap. I guess because his tyres are so good.
He's been giving them the Perez treatment. This Panda also trying his best to get up into the fray. 52% where for him. That's of course average. You see the specifics that they are on your screen.
Oh, Bieber nearly mounting the back of that AlphaTauri.
This is a really good battle here for P2. Mikau just outside the effective range for that battle. I'm sure he'll be able to come into it as the laps develop. And 10 down the hill. And Ryan is really pushing it. Looking at their last... What's that? Ryan Bell with a 120.4. Crush with a 121.2.
He's got almost no battery left, that's how hard he's pushing.
He's down into the single digits. Either one of these guys coming into the pits. No, they're staying out again.
Wow, okay.
Dom, the reason for that is because the way that the intervals are captured, they're captured in 3-second intervals. That is a limit, as Indy picks up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That is a limit of the API, of the way that the UDP telemetry works. And so, unfortunately, we have to go off that to use this leaderboard. Oh, as Ryan goes down the inside and makes it work. It's relatively clean. There was a bump of tyres, but nothing major. And so Ryan Bell goes up into P3. As Bate picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings.
That's going to hurt him. I think he got that fighting with Red Panda for position, because the Panda just came out of the pits and Bate managed to just stay ahead of him, but it obviously cost him. He's got some work to do now.
Crush dropping back slightly here from Ryan. But as the pit window gets closer and closer for these guys, curious to see which one pulls the trigger first. Nobody's going right. Yeah, no, they're staying out again. All right, they're pushing. Mikau will go into the pits, yes. But keep in mind, so Crush right now, look at this. 62% on that rear left. 62%. That is getting to red levels. And at that point, you start risking a puncture. So be very mindful of that. As Bates has the fastest lap. 119 is Eckham. Oh, he tried. He tried. Ryan tried to get the overtake on the inside, but it looks like Eckham had the better line coming out of the corner. Just give him a little bump, just to remind him.
Oh, Mikau came out just ahead of Panda as well. Panda's got warm tyres though, he's going to take Mikau. Mikau fighting him hard, they make contact into turn 5. Looks like Panda's got it.
Panda will stay ahead. This is teammate desperately trying to get past Eckham here. the later end of the circuit. Can't quite make it work. You can see how snappy that car is. The tyres are screaming now. Sure, they'll pit in soon. And Ekim will come in, but Ryan will stay out one more, and it looks like Crush will also pit in.
It's hammer time for FIBA. This is his chance. He needs to make this lap count.
That last lap for him was a 1:20.6. Only person faster was Big Al, the 1:20.4. That's another thing we should mention too. Big Al also staying out, 60% average wear on those tyres. And it looks like Ryan just set the fastest Sector 1. He did.
Bait making moves.
He goes around the outside of Ekim there. On the medium tyre.
Ekim just coming out of the pits. So Ekim and Crush both pit. Coming out of the pits. Their tyres are still cold. Bait overtook them both. So Bait's undercut has netted him 3 positions, I believe.
That's fantastic there from the Alpine. His teammate Mick currently in P10. And if we have a look at the pit stops there, everyone down on the back end has already pit. T-Mac, Sneaky, Forehead, Ryan, and Big Al yet to do so.
Actually, No, you won't catch him. That's fine.
Okay, so
Big Al's on the pits now.
Big Al is in the pits now, and Ryan has decided to stay out. He is going to drive to the absolute limit on these hard tyres.
It's the only chance he's got. Otherwise, he's going to end up back in that train.
Sneaky also coming into the pits now. We see the 15 lap to go warning.
Bait's undercut has effectively put him P2.
Oh, Peter went too hard on the sausage curb!
Oh,
He's
no.
pirouetted, but he hasn't he's going to have to go.
He can recover.
That was a... and he's just gotten in the way there of Sneaky. I wonder if Sneaky will get him on the inside here, which he might. As they go down towards turn 5. And you go ahead. We'll just have a quick look at that one again. So just keep an eye here. So Panda racing down towards turn 1. And just goes a little bit too much on the sausage curve. Keep an eye on the right. Bang. Gets unsettled. And unfortunately the car didn't stay straight. Goes off the track.
Fever spinning.
Here we go. Let's jump on board with Fever. See where he will end up. Yeah, so Forehead and T-Mac yet to pit. Big Al is the big question. And for sure, Big Al will overtake him while he's in the pits. There we go. 2.2 second stop as per standard. We're getting towards 21 seconds. There goes Big Al. So where does Ryan Bell exit? He's going to exit in front of Bait, mate, I think. That's well done. Oh, it's going to be so close.
Bait's got him.
Bait has him. What a drive from the Alpine. Whoa, and Ekim now decides to get in the fray.
A bit of contact there. That costs Bait a lot.
All right, so Ekim might have gone a little too ham in that sense. In any case, here comes Crush now on the outside. Try a switchback maneuver. Probably has the speed on him. There's a little bit of contact there, but it's not too much.
He does.
And the AlphaTauri goes past. Wow. I thought that Ryan had actually nailed that strategy. And it turns out, in just a couple of turns, back down into P6.
Bait mate ended up making 3 moves with that undercut.
It's just a shame that he has a 3-second penalty there. But
Yeah.
Baitmate's pit strategy is, in a word, fantastic. Now I wonder how much contact there was between Ekim and Bait. Ekim did dive quite heavily there, but Ekim actually got front wing damage from that. So Ekim will have
Forehead employing your hard sock strategy.
Oh, there you go. Switches onto the soft tyre. So he will have to race for 12 laps on the soft tyre. As we see Crush getting awfully close. Oh, and I think Ryan's going to capitalize on that big mistake. Here we go. They're going to drag race down towards turn 5. Crush has the... they both have DRS. And will the AlphaTauri do the same thing again? No. Ryan Bell much better on that exit. P4.
What a close race.
Yes, Tazza. That's right. Ekam does have front wing damage at the moment. Mikau is also starting to catch up to this pack. So the Alpines should be able to help each other here.
So I'd say Ekim probably punted bait fairly hard.
Well, no damage being reported from his car. So...
Well, I mean, Ekim's car's damaged.
Ekam's car is damaged, yes, but Bates isn't. So, from Bates' perspective, he's lost the position, but at least his car's intact.
Yeah.
He does have a 3-second penalty, which he got all on his own. So...
Oh, yeah, so that's helping that.
Look here at Ryan. Not close enough for the overtake. But man, he was smelling the oil coming out of the back of that exhaust.
I think he was licking it. Hand and forehead side by side again. These are tier 2 temperature contenders. Duking it out of tier 1.
Forehead again, trying to leverage the performance there of the softs. It looks like he might try and go on the inside here of turn 5. Hard on the brakes. Make sure you don't come together. Oh!
And,
Panda getting snappy right on the exit. The tyres touch. No damage reported again on either car, but that will lose time for the Aston Martin. And so the Red Bull will be able to charge.
The soft tyre is providing a massive advantage at this stage of the race.
Question is, will they last? 10% wear already.
No, they're going to hurt. They're going to hurt a lot.
Farmer Sam letting us know that there is a chance of rain after the race. Okay. I mean, doesn't help us in the slightest, but at least the grass at the track will be happy. So Bate, that last lap, did a 120.416. Ekim with a 120.443. Bate is flying. He is actually catching so well. And his tyre wear is heavier than Ekim is at the moment. But Ekim has that front wing damage, which may be causing some negative effects to the car. So Bate's in a really good spot. The issue, of course, is that 3-second time penalty. If Ekim gets one as well, then the playing field is leveled once again. But if not, then Bate will have to work double time in order to make this, to escape and keep the podium, which he currently resides in.
That'll be P5, I think. P6. Or P6.
Yeah, because Crush has one as well, so yeah, we'll have to see how that resolves after the fact. But there is still 10 laps to go, so plenty of time for others to get their own 3-second penalties. I'm not keeping it on the black stuff.
Bate pushing really hard, using a lot of ERS here.
If it's in that to go warning. Running that ERS bank dry as Sneaky takes a faster slap at 119.3 from the Mercedes team. So considering that Ekim does not have access to DRS here, he's doing really well to keep this Alpine going.
Oh yeah. He's driving a fantastic race. I mean, Big L got around turn 1 and he just hasn't looked back, does he?
He goes running his own race right now. 8 seconds down the road. Something serious would have to happen to him. Unfortunately, his teammate isn't sharing in the success. It's currently P10. It's still a point, but 3 seconds of penalties. However, King J is around 4.5, 5 seconds behind, so teammate might be able to hold on to that points-paying position.
Forehead is still pulling away from Panda, so those tyres must still be feeling alright.
They're currently on 25% wear. Now, Eckham has picked up the pace. And the big worry here is that Bates' strong performance may be coming to an end, because here is his tyre wear stats, and that is not looking good.
Nope, that's a cliff. Once you hit that 40%, that's a big drop in performance.
The issue is, here's the tyre wear of the car in front, and there's the tyre wear of the car behind. Bate is in a very precarious situation. All that performance from the undercut was working, but now it's starting to fall, and Ryan is not the person that you want in that scenario, because he will take everything that he can get. Here we go, right up the back of the Alpine as they make it to the line. To the final corner, and expect that ERS usage and DRS. Obviously an overtake soon. But look at this speed that Eckham has out of the final corner. I don't think Bate will ever be able to catch him at this rate. If it wasn't for the DRS, this Aston Martin would be so far past this Alpine. There's foreheads, that's the fastest lap on those softs, 119.2.
Oh, he hits him!
Oh my lord! Oh, that's a big crash! Oh no. That's a very big hit. Let's have a look at that. So here we go. T1, perfectly fine. Moving through T2. And then, as they hit the braking zone, bang! Spins him round. That'll be one for the stewards. That actually impedes Crush as well as Bates' teammate. Oh, and Mikau now has no front wing. Mikau's actually lost his front wing because of that trade. Or that collision, I should say. That is... Wow, that was bad to worse for the Alpine team.
Uber in one move, taking out both Alpines.
Yeah, look at that. Mikau's just not able to turn that car. We'll have to come into the pits. And what was a great strategy has now been sullied. That is very, very unfortunate. But if you're sneaky, you're cheering. Very, very unfortunate there for the Alpine team. Mikau will have no choice but to come in. He has to get that sorted. And that's going to change his tyres, isn't it?
Yes.
He'll probably go on soft to the end of the race.
Yep.
Smitty, a good old punt and pass always works. It works until the stewards get involved. And if they determine that it was, if you're at fault, then it's going to be tragic for you, as Indy gets a free position due to Mikau being in the pits. Back up to P3 now. Ryan. Oh, and I was just about to say, he goes so wide, and he now picks up a 3-second time penalty. So if you're Eckham, you are punching the air, but only on the straights, because obviously you need 2 hands to turn. 9 seconds behind Big Al. So Big Al, really, there is no threat. Big Al can even afford to do track limits once or twice, and he'll still be okay. But for Ryan, it is hammer time.
A lot of penalties being dished out here.
Portimao is a very difficult track when it comes to track limits. Sometimes you just, you know, like, you have your foot on the throttle and you really don't want to let go, so you just keep it pinned, and then you go too far to the left, and then you pick up a track limit. You know, circle of life. Ryan Bell around the outside. He will make the overtake. Eckham will have something to say about it, though, as he goes on the inside of turn 3. It's a fantastic exchange between these two. Ryan Bell will have a better exit, though, as Eckham had to brake later. Gets a little squirrely, but manages to stay ahead. P2 now for the Aston Martin. And now Eckham looks to the inside of turn 5, but that is a very, very, very difficult line, as you can see there. And he drifted. He drifted.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was so fucking cool.
Okay.
Sorry,
Okay. Let's just go back slightly. Keep an eye on the Aston Martin here. He goes on the outside line towards the DRS line. So what happens is Eckham thinks, okay, I will just go real fast, real hard into the corner. And the Aston Martin says, no worries, mate. Hashtag swerve. Slides in front of the Red Bull. That is so good. That is so good. That might be overtake of the season, and it's round 1.
That was a pretty cool overtake. I mean, the rear end of Phoebe's car is just not attached to the front at this point.
It's amazing. I say this every time, but it's amazing to see Ryan actually control that car. He's like, yeah, I don't have any downforce, deal with it. And just goes for it. 5 laps to go. Big Al in a world of his own. Real race is happening now. Ryan Bell gets ahead. He has to make 3 seconds. Now, considering the tyre wear, this might be a possibility. He has fresh air ahead of him. He has no challenges. He doesn't have DRS, but I really don't think he needs it. Because Eckham, 47% on those fronts. So I don't think he'll be able to challenge from here.
No, he's got no chance. Bait, though, has got a decent chance of trying to at least get one more position on track to get past Crush.
So
it's not just 4 track with penalties, that is actually 4 position.
So Mikau getting consolation prize, switching to the softs due to having to repair that front wing, takes the fastest lap now, and is currently P10, so will gain an extra point if he maintains that. Bait chasing down Crush F the AlphaTauri, like you said, both have 3-second penalties, so it's neutral ground for these guys. However, do not forget, the 3-pointed star behind them, Sneaky, in the battle. As long as he maintains this spot, he'll gain 2 positions for free. So if you're the Mercedes, you are cheering. Just don't spin or track limit, because then you put yourself on the same ground as the guys ahead of you, and then it is a proper race. I wish penalties upon that one, but...
Bait is burning everything he has to catch this AlphaTauri.
2%. He reached 2% of that ERS. Bait looking on the inside? No. Maybe he's got PTSD from the move from... from Ryan earlier. You can see the actually have a look at the treads there. You can see the wear on the left side. Right again, looking in the inside. No. Some of these guys, sometimes you just want to see him channel their inner Danny Rick. Just send.
I'm sure Bait will if you give him another lap or 2.
Well, he's only got 3 laps to go, so we'll see what happens there. Looking at the back of the grid, King J might be in a position to overtake Apollo soon, but Apollo actually moving his way up to P13. He has 3 seconds as penalties. So as they stand, he will still finish in P14.
Oh, Crush getting a little bit sideways, but didn't lose the car.
Ferrari's down in P11 and 12.
Ferrari doing Ferrari things.
Yep. Oh man, he's hoping that they get their act together this year. Seriously, Fred, do you think? King J, 3-second time. Oh! Oh, okay, well, Apollo might actually finish in P13. We get the 3 lap to go warning. And Bait is pushing. Fastest car on track at the moment, just down to through the speed trap, is Ryan Bell, 337 kilometers an hour. So that confirms the low downforce. And 120.6. Oh, here's one for you! My brother in Christ. Crush and Bait both did a 120.602 exactly last lap.
Wow.
That should tell you all you need to know when it comes to these two. They are fighting. Sneaky is kind of, because he really doesn't care. He's like, hey, as long as I keep it between the lines, I'm Gucci. But I think he's a racing driver, and what do racing drivers do? They want on-track positions. He goes deep into turn 13. Hopefully there's no contact between them. Bait will still maintain ahead.
Yeah, that Mercedes is hungry.
Yeah. He has more ERS, and it's about to become evident. Here we go. Here we go. The Mercedes is going to take him on track. P5. Bait, his tyres screaming right now. 69%. They are on 69%. 70% on the rear left. That is crazy wear. The undercut seemed like a awesome opportune moment, but unfortunately towards the end of the race it has fallen off, and Sneaky is the one just reaping the rewards.
Don't forget though, Bait did get spun by
He did. You're right. You are right. But the performance is what I'm talking about. And so,
yeah.
Since the tires have now fallen off so large, like for example, Crush is on 59%. Right, you're talking about a 10 plus percentage points of wear. So, Bait in Stroker Street, as it were.
Four. Bit of a slip by Bait there, but he caught it. Yeah, his tires are done.
And Sneaky now sees Crush lined up. And imagine he's going to pull the pin. Here we go.
We'll send.
Comes the DRS line. Watch for the lights on the steering wheel. There you go. The two blue lights on the right. And Sneaky will engage party mode. Nyum, as the youngins would say. And up into P4.
Oh! Crush nearly misjudges his braking, almost plows into the back of Sneaky.
That might actually work out for Bait. Curious to see if he can try and capitalize on that mistake. Yeah, but his tires just aren't there. And Crush manages to get away. So it is last lap. Whoa! Here we go! Got real close through turn 5. And it is everything between these two.
Can he send it?
Well, I'm going to have to cut away in just a moment, but we'll come back because Big Al is making his way around the final sector now. And he will take the win here at Portimao, round 1. He will take full honours, 25 points, as Levi picks up a 5-second penalty for ignoring blue flags. And here comes Big Al round the final turn, and he will cross the line for the win here at Portugal. And Ryan Bell around the final turn. He is 3 seconds clear. Wow, he will keep P2. Eckham dropping back. He will stay P3. And Bait, unfortunately, will not be able to catch Crush here. So he will finish in P6, which is a rough day at the office for him, but it's still decent points there in the middle. Forehead, P7. Not bad. Forehead gaining 5 positions that race, so his strategy worked out for him in the end.
There you go. Hard, soft is viable.
Everyone else just starting to finish up now. T-Mac across the line there. Mick out. Making his way to the line. Okay, so Ryan Bell Big Al taking the win here at Portimao. Driver of the day goes to Sneaky, who, and again, that's so weird. The algorithm has changed. Sneaky only gained 3 positions. So, not sure exactly how it determines driver of the day anymore, but in any case, it is what it is. Big Al, Ryan Bell, and Eckham share the steps for this race. Great drive there from Big Al, kept it nice and clean. An unfortunate one for Ryan, but managed to save it there with...
Forehead had 83% wear on his tyres across the line.
Yes, he did. Yes, I can see that in the telemetry there. So that was... You've really pushed them to the edge.
Man is risking death.
Alright, well, it's an excellent start to the season. And there we go, Big Al taking 25 points. Took 7 points in the sprint race, so 32 for the weekend overall. Mikau did get the consolation prize, and 118.6 gives him the fastest lap, and he finished 10th, so 2 points will go to the Alpine driver. And Bait, shout out to you. It was an excellent strategy call, and unfortunately unraveled at the end there, but 8 points goes to him. All right, an unfortunate one there for Levi, who may have had some hardware issues there, but also got a 5-second penalty. He finishes down in P14. Apollo Pepsi finishing in P12. Indy finishing there P11. The rest of the guys, a lot of penalties divvied out. A lot of penalties divvied out that race.
Not the clean we've had.
Alrighty, so we will take a short break, but don't go anywhere as Tier 2 is just around the corner. But from us, goodbye.
See you guys.